tell. Woo.
This is the end
of a long journey.
That's right. Beautiful prayer.
Thanks for picking up the CD. My first LP, put it on repeat.
This is the end
of all the studio sessions.
My only friend.
Yeah, I'm finished. Bring it back to the beginning.
This is not for the kids. Not for the kids. This is 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 not for the kids.
You are the apple of my eye, and now I'm drinking all the time. It's 'cause of you. It's 'cause of you. You don't see what the problem is. You don't see nothing positive. It's 'cause of you. It's 'cause of you. You don't know what you saying. You no show less you paying. You don't know what I think of you, 'cause I'm down and out, and I think I'm through everybody now. Bring out the dead. Bring out the dead. Bring out the dead. Man, away, there's a dead man walking. Man, start that movie, man. Start it up. Don't give a fuck. Yo. The fuck? You want the movie?
The program for this evening is not new.
Oh,
You've seen this entertainment through and through. You've seen your birth, your life and death. You might recall all of the rest. Did you have a good world when you died? Enough to base a movie on?
Tell. Woo.
This is the end
of a long journey. That's right.
Beautiful prayer.
Thanks for picking up the CD. My first LP, put it on repeat.
This is the end
of all the studio sessions.
My only friend.
Yeah, I'm finished. Bring it back to the beginning. The bus stops here, gunshots in the air, blow your pot in the air so the cops stop and stare. It's a celebration, everything is cool in the game. Months of work, but I'm through with it, man. I can focus on the beats again, even though I really never stopped to just do my vocals on top. I even did the cuts. What, ticka, what, ticka, what, ticka, what?
This is the end.
The time when wars are won, the moment of truth, the war with us. In God we trust, there must be a reason why he divided us.
This is the end.
And I don't know why. Maybe it's because I took too much time.
The end.
But I had fun making it. In Brooklyn we ain't faking it, we taking it.
The end
of a long journey.
Beautiful prayer.
Thanks for picking up the CD. My first LP, put it on repeat.
This is the end
of all the studio sessions.
My only friend. The end.
Yeah, I'm finished. Bring it back to the beginning.
This is the end.
Peace out, ciao, das vidanya, Gandhi, Dalai Lama. I'm out of here like the breeze through the trees. Or the year before, then I'm back with the booze in the trees. New polo fleece and a pair of new sneaks. New pens and a new pack of loose leaf. Till then I'm on sabbatical. Summer vacation while the fans get fanatical. Benjamin Banneker back with a new invention. Smack you up, I'm a fool full of cruel intentions. This is where I say goodbye to Pro Tools and stress invisible to the naked eye. This is when I wave goodbye. My ship's leaving port, I hope I make it in time. And so I gotta go. Trip costs a lot of dough, so it's time to rock and roll.
This is the end
of a long journey.
Beautiful prayer.
That's right. Thanks for picking up the CD. My first LP, put it on repeat.
This is the end
of all the studio sessions.
My only friend. The end.
Yeah, I'm finished. Bring it back to the beginning.
This is the end.
It's over. Make sure you pick up that next one. You know it's gonna be better. It's always elevation.
This is the end.
It's over, man. It's over.
It's over.
We taking hostages, hold them in cottages, bootleg abolishment, money for accomplishment. Without dough, we prominent, dominant, you dominoes, falling down, vominos, common folk, abominable, snowman vomiting. Words sometimes comical and violent, play you like violence. Try again, send them to the Iron Maiden, the Senate will annihilate them. Spinach face of Brutus, Jesus chasing Judas. The reason making students out the feeblest the losers. I'm the keeper, keep it moving. I'm the reaper with a needle and thread, keeping ahead of the game, wiping my feet on the map, seeing the traps, keeping it from the gate. From Jump Street we hungry, dumb beats is complete. Bungee, bluff, don't get comfy or funny. I've been there and done it all, seen it all, read along. Believe me, dog, the government is bleeding, y'all. Treating you like you biting on the hand that's feeding you. Believe me, Duke, I'll be the truth. I seen the new scenic view. Creep the fools, peep reviews, peep the news, lose your mind, keep it stupid. Eyeballs are dilated, smoke your Ellis Dianetics. Stage 3, but this ain't pitfall. We'll get y'all pit bulls that attack and splat more than spitball. With a fistful of dollars, I'm a pimp bitches holler. I want Lincolns and models, ass stinking and hollering. Now that's annihilation, a clear violation, a pure elevation from your generation. I'm the lord of the matrix, sword for the hating, warriors, masons, the core of the basics. Kiss theory, keep it simple, stupid. I'm a reproducer, keep it moving. Evil dudes lose, you a user, loser. And just when you thought it was safe in the water, jaws start splashing and spazzing, you slaughtered. And the law starts laughing and blasting at borders. The cause of the aftermath and disorder.
A federal judge presiding over the Monsanto case has rejected an attempt by attorneys to access more information from retired EPA scientist Jess Rowland. Rowland is cited in thousands of claims from cancer patients. Manila Chan is following the story and has more on the details tonight. Manila?
Ed, so far, at least 700 lawsuits have been filed against Monsanto, coming from all over the country, citing their popular weed killer Roundup caused users non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. The allegations against the chemical giant range from altering scientific studies in order to cover up findings that glyphosate is a carcinogen, all the way to funding completely bogus scientific studies which concluded that glyphosate was overall less toxic than other weed killers. But the crux of the Monsanto problem has to do with the Environmental Protection Agency and allegations of collusion, between the government agency and this chemical giant. Now, the EPA, whose existence is supposed to serve the health of the environment and thereby human populations, this is a major blow for them, claims that high-ranking scientists and officials within the EPA had a rather cozy relationship with the heads of Monsanto and strips away at a lot of the credibility from the already embattled department. Now, the World Health Organization, as well as the International Agency for Research on Cancer, both disagree with the EPA's ruling on glyphosate. Both the IARC and WHO's findings have determined glyphosate to likely be carcinogenic and harmful to humans, as well as being linked to a host of other health issues and other environmental impacts. Now, that is for the courts to determine. in the court of public opinion, Monsanto has come under a lot of fire in recent weeks. Allegations of the herbicide maker paying online trolls to defend them all around the web, on social media, various chat sites, fanning the flames surrounding their case. But while these lawsuits are likely to drag out in the courts for many months to come, it's important to remember that behind these big corporations and salacious headlines and major allegations, at the end of it all, there are thousands of people whose health has been impacted in some form or another, a host of people who are unaccounted for outside of these 700-plus lawsuits, real people who are now facing death due to potential exposure to toxins. And as a side note, this stuff is still on the shelves and their commercials still running on all mainstream media networks. I was just at my local Home Depot this weekend and walked by the aisle. Sure enough, all of it still there, Ed, right on the shelves.
Thanks, Manila. Major story, no doubt about it. For more on this, we're joined once again by our friend, America's lawyer, Mike Papantonio, who's been involved in this. Mike, how bad a player is Monsanto in all of this? I mean, the numbers seem to be staggering.
Well, Ed, I'll be trying this case, and when I try the case, I'll be talking about the fact that in the 1980s, the EPA determined that they were seeing changes that were consistent with cellular cancer. No question they were seeing cellular changes consistent with cancer. 1985, the EPA comes out and says, yes, we're going to consider this a Class C carcinogen. In other words, it'll cause cancer. And in some way, mysteriously, 6 years later, no new studies that really amount to anything other than the studies that were paid for by Monsanto. Nothing really new, but 6 years later, miraculously, we've gone from 1985 where they say this will cause cancer to the EPA saying, oh no, nothing to see here, nothing to worry about. What I'll be showing in this case is that 2015, the WHO said that glyphosate is absolutely a human carcinogen, and my goal would be to show that in between there, Monsanto, step by step, interfered with the progress of science, hired what we call biostitutes. Biostitutes are scientists, teachers, and universities all over this country that will say anything that needs to be said for the right amount of money. So what happens now is we're seeing Monsanto undertaking this attempt to try to discredit everybody, including me, including Ring of Fire. This is a site that I'm involved with, to try to discredit everything we say by bringing out the trolls by the hundreds to try to simply dampen the effect of what's coming out about them right now. It's all bad.
Well, Mike, how do they get around the Environmental Protection Agency? And with the deregulation that's going on in Washington, I mean, this legal action is about the only thing consumers have to deal with now.
This is the last line in the sand. The EPA is fully owned by industry, Ed. I know that's hard for people to understand. It's not much different from the FDA. You have what we call a revolving door. Monsanto comes in. They talk to scientists that work with the EPA, maybe low level. They tell them, look, you do what we want you to do, and there might be a job in it for you down the road. You see this with the FDA. You see it with the SEC. You certainly see it with the EPA. This is part of the problem. Government is not in charge of government anymore. The only way to stop these people is in front of a jury and making a company like Monsanto pay for the hundreds and hundreds of people who have died from cancer that they clearly understood could be caused by their product, and they covered it up. And I'll show that cover up along with many other fine lawyers throughout this country. We'll be telling this story, and it's not a story Monsanto once told publicly.
All right, Mike Papantonio, America's lawyer, with us here tonight. Mike, thanks so much.